I wanted to talk today about acceptance. I think it's something that is one of those funny things. Like the word has the feeling of the word. I think it's sweet in a way, right? Like whenever you say it, it's like you feel expanded instead of contracted. I think when you hear resistance, immediately gives you a little contraction, like it makes your body contract a little bit. But acceptance is just like it makes you want to expand and open your heart. And in a way, it's tricky for me. I wonder if it's the same for you. I would love you to reflect a little bit about this, how it feels in your heart and your mind. I think I accept a lot of things. It's hard for me to accept that I don't accept a lot of things, and I think it has to do with the fact that the word it feels very positive. And yeah, it presents through our lives in different ways. I think if you already have a self-love routine, self-care routine, you might have experienced times where you're like, all right, my body's not perfect, I want to be able to love myself exactly the way I am. So we go through this process of accepting the fact that we're aging, accepting the fact that our faces might not look the way society, told us we need to look. That our natures are different than our nature is different than others, right? So I feel like I'm kind of thinking about women, but guys might have experienced the same. I'm very into fitness and being active, and I'm sure women and men, we all relate that we also experience these moments when we are working out and maybe our bodies are not responding the same way that others' bodies respond. And we have to come. Well, I'm assuming that we all have had this moment of reflecting about, could I accept the way my body is? And I'm sure if you have gone through that reflection, you have also experienced the feeling of how freeing it is when we accept things the way they are, right? So if you have been watching my videos, you probably know that I'm starting a business guided by my intuition, which if you can imagine, there's a lot of things. I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's not a plan. There's not a way to plan it. And the more you try to plan it, the more you stop feeling your intuition. The more I try to control what's gonna happen, the more I lose the ability to be connected to the nature of what I'm doing, and the more I stop listening to what I have to do next. And I just wanted to share a little example of how it's presenting for me, because again, I feel like beauty, health, age, are the most common ways for most people where we face the moment of created acceptance for different parts of our personalities or our physical appearance. But there are these other ways. For example, in the process of creating a business guided by your intuition, like there are moments, it's the nature of human beings. I think we have learned for many years that it's a survival mechanism, the idea of wanting to know what's going to happen next, to be prepared for the worst. Like, that's a crazy thing that humans, we learn that, we always want to be prepared. It's like, okay, maybe I need extra savings, maybe I need to have a backup plan and all these things, right? It's kind of funny talking about explaining what I'm doing, because in a way I feel like 3-5 years ago I would be, if someone was doing what I'm doing right now, I'll be like, that person is crazy. What do you mean? Like, you need to plan better. And the freedom you experience when you start trusting and accepting as much as you can of your reality, of your life, it's incredible. So there's not a plan, there's not a business plan, there's nothing that would be better than what I'm experiencing at the moment. So again, like, I'm experiencing a lot of benefits, but that doesn't mean that my brain, my mind doesn't want to predict sometimes. So I'm in the middle of making a big decision. I made the decision already. I'm in the middle of making a big move. I'm moving to another city. So I started noticing that my mind wants to know what's gonna happen, right? And my mind wants to plan a little bit and predict things. And the way acceptance is presenting right now in my life is that I had to sit a little bit with the feeling today and ask myself, can I accept the fact that I don't have a plan? That I don't need to know what's going to happen, right? And immediately you feel the sensation in your body. You know, I feel like my heart kind of expands. And the thing is, when we start trusting this process of living life this way, the things that you start finding in that expansion, you know, when you really what's the word for this, surrender to anything that you're doing, in that moment is when you start finding opportunities, new ideas, inspiration, right? So planning, and I've been talking on my videos about all these concepts. The moment we start planning, we start thinking, overthinking, and it's not that we cannot think. Of course, we need to think, but predicting, it's a survival mechanism, right? And when we start getting into those states, we start dysregulating. I don't know if you can say dysregulating. Our nervous system starts getting dysregulated, right? And dysregulation means we start getting contracted, right? We start feeling stressed out or anxiety. And in those states, we don't have a space for creation, for inspiration, for intuition, for trusting, for seeing opportunities. Okay, I just wanted to share that experience, bring up this concept to you. If you are experiencing, you know, a moment in your life where life maybe is giving you the invitation to accept a part of yourself, a part of, you know, your partner, your friends, parents, your work, I don't know. I would love you to reflect a little bit about it, and if you feel inspired to share what is presenting for you, I would love to hear about your experience. For now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you on my next video. Peace and love.